Right, we're live. Hi, everyone. Usually this is the part where, like, Strouder kind of, hey, I'm gonna do the intro, but he's not here today.
We may have lost him in a few days ago.
Yeah. Well, you saw what he was up to a few days ago.
So right.
Hey, so Fire Alley, why don't you recap what happened not last episode because you weren't here for that, but the episode before that.
I'm like the episode before last time. So two times ago we made our way to the Expedition Society and we told them, all right guys, things are about to go down. And so how is the suit going? Sora's like, suit's going pretty good. We're like, we need to teach people Gratulia Harmonia, and Sora's like, that's a problem. So then we figured out how to do that, which is we're going to teach it to Nocturne, who will teach it to a bunch of people that Botan may or may not be strong arming into the deal. So that way we have enough Gratulia Harmonias to give us an advantage over Sabnox. Someone's probably going to have to sit on the world theater talking machine on the moon that Arceus uses. And then after that, we made sure that the suit was working all good. I think someone else wanted to get a suit for the moon or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I'm like, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a long time. Um, uh, Raffa told Mawile things that maybe she shouldn't have told Mawile because Mawile said very suspicious things after that. Um, my brain keeps going back to last session that I technically wasn't there for.
Oh, you don't need to recap that.
I know that's the problem. Like in Lucius Kiss Scholar way. Wrong session. We said goodbye to Alistair. He's back in it with Botan now. She said she wanted her guy back, and we were very confused for a moment there. And we're like, "Oh yeah, I guess you did set this up." um, and the expedition and Mawel was like, "Well, I'll set you guys up with some Super Lapras liner tickets, so you can go spend your last day on Earth, more or less, before we head to the moon, because we got to go build that sucker, the rocket ship anyway."
Yeah, you left out the whole court case, but that's all
Oh
right.
yeah, the whole court case.
um, you don't need it, so I won't.
I thought that was 3 sessions ago.
No, it concluded there. But
Yeah, but
but I'm gonna make a little retcon too. Last time I said Henry for the one you guys weren't here for. You may notice, audience, there are only 3 people here, and yeah, we're doing this with this minuscule amount of people just to get everyone else. But I believe I said Henry went to the grass continent with everyone else, but I stand corrected. He is still on the water continent. He never took the Lapras.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember I remember stating in the DMs about
Yeah.
the fate of Henry's friends.
Yeah. So he stayed behind. Well, I guess he can go more into that when we get to him. In fact, let's get right to him. All right. So Henry, you see your friends off. You see Lucius, Rodney, and Raffa all take the Lapras in different direction. And Rain, right? He's with us now too.
Yes, we gotta remember the penguin
Yeah.
who was around for the first couple arcs and then gone.
You noticed Raffa kind of went off by herself while the other 3 went off in a different direction. But you decided to stay behind because this is where you actually intended to go. And you are at the gates of Lively Town, but you're probably heading somewhere else, aren't you?
Yes.
And where would that be?
I'm heading off to the mountains.
All right, that's pretty close to where you are. In fact, it's probably the original reason you set out on this journey, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so
I talked about, oh yes, getting all the fame due to the water continent's connections. Well, that is also true. However, I have a famous friend in the water continent. She has connections.
are you saying?
Other Sora I keep talking about.
Are you like talking to yourself as you're walking to the mountains?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's my inner. It's Henry's outer inner monologue.
You like maybe
Other Pokemon are just looking at Henry like, what's going on?
It's like when
Why
you.
is this...
It's like when you walk in like downtown or something, and you see someone with like talking in a Bluetooth, and you're thinking they're talking to themselves.
But no, he's actually talking to himself.
All right. Yeah, and you're kind of giving queer looks as you're explaining this to yourself as you're walking to the mountains. So you are not the most hardy, athletic Pokemon, and you are you're going to be taking on these mountains. So let's do an athletics roll to see how well you fare, kind of getting up these steep slopes. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe maybe it's your adventure, maybe it's motivation to see your friends, but you're taking this cliffside with your stubby little legs and your
my unusual gorilla arms.
Yeah. You're maybe like doing some like Castlevania thing, like putting your plug in between like this jutting out branch or rock and twirling around. Yes. It's like a quick time event.
Woo!
Yeah. And you're conquering this mountain. You're going to probably an appointed spot set up by Farron and Marsha, aka Sora.
Yes.
All right, and once you get up there, there's this kind of this very this plateau that Farron likes to train on, and that's where you're making your way to. But once
it's less he likes, less I know he likes to train on it, and more he sent a card that he was training on that plateau.
Yeah. But once you get there, you peek your head up, and something makes your blood go cold. You see the blackened, charred bodies of your friends. And next to them is a hat. A very familiar hat.
Oh no.
Raffa! You are on the Lapras alone right now. This might not be settling well with your kind of anxiety you have of being alone. This is probably the first time you've been off by yourself since meeting this group of Pokemon. And you are heading in a very different direction as them. You're actually going back in the same direction you, sort of came from. You're going back to the Mist Continent where you visited the Forest of Fairies. How would you explain your trip along the with the Lapras? You notice it's a lot smoother than the ship you had. It's she goes through the night and seems to not tire. So this is a much smoother trip than you are accustomed to.
I mean, Raffa is probably just got a lot on her mind, mostly to do with trying to plan out what to do after the moon, because she knows that those are the things that she has no control over, and she doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for her, it's probably a lot of like deliberating, maybe writing some stuff down, scratching it out, writing it again, scratching it out again.
And I guess I should correct myself. You're not exactly alone. I mean, the Lapras is there and pretty cognate to lending an open ear to if you ever need it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's just not in a chatty mindset. She knows that everyone else is to saying goodbye to their families and stuff, but for her, she's like, the job isn't done.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more to be done, which is why she's kind of focusing on that. She does have the book that she always wanted to write, which has a lot of stuff in it now, actually. But I don't know if she might be like, that was a dream once.
May want to publish it before you go or something.
I don't know if she really knows what to do with that book, because while she's filled it out a bunch on her adventures, it might contain too sensitive information now, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
She's not really sure if the world is ready to hear about Boss Kitty, who is in this book. Vicensia, most people probably know about. Niflheim and the Forest of Fairies are also kind of knowledge she isn't supposed to have written down, but wrote down anyway. And Niflheim. Especially how to get there. She's like, I don't know.
Okay.
So it's kind of a big mystery to her what to do with the book. Because before it was so easy. But after talking to Mawile, she's a lot more hesitant at telling people things now.
Yeah, okay. All right, so after a few days of travel, again, it might feel a little lonely since all you got is this Lapras to keep you company in your notes and thoughts. But you hit the harbor in Noe Town.
I'm like, isn't this the city where everything looks like a box?
Yes, this is the very white too. It's everything is stone kind of.
The ugliest city on the earth.
Yeah, it's kind of plain. You feel like you could maybe use a little bit of a paint job. You know, get a smeargle going through there and put some polka dots and zigzags on those houses and all the architecture.
Make a shaman wigwam.
Yeah.
And it'll stand out like a sore thumb.
And what's your course of destination from here?
Well, I guess it's to go towards paradise.
All right, do you know where that is?
I'm like, I know it's next to Post Town.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. You
I might have to go get a map or something.
You could probably ask for directions and just ask the nearest Pokemon to bend an ear to you. And they tell you kind of the general direction you want to go to get to Post Town. Again, this is kind of a journey where you're kind of traveling alone. It's a well-traveled road, so you're not in any risk of getting ambushed or anything. In fact,
ambushed by a rogue hat drifting on the wind.
Yeah, a hat just threatening you. You're thinking, hey, I wonder what happened to that hat that Henry threw out the window.
The one we threw out like 3 times.
Yeah. You eventually, after another few days of travel, you hit this town with this kind of these levels to it along a cliffside, and a lot of bridges over streams. There's what you think is kind of a tavern or a cafe. There are various other facilities that are kind of standard fare in big towns like this. You got your Kekleon and all that.
Yeah, I guess Rafa's going to head into the tavern and see if she can ask someone where Paradise is, because she knows it's somewhere near here, according to Wyla.
Mm-hmm.
She probably won't say Wyla's name.
Okay. You kind of put together the best course of action is get directions, and a cafe would probably be the best spot to find one with lots of Pokemon gathering there. And you enter this cafe. It kind of has those like wooden doors, like on a saloon, that kind of swing open. And you see this is actually quite a big cafe than what you're used to. It actually has 2 floors to it. But you see a Swanna behind the counter, and various Pokemon sitting around enjoying enjoying drinks and regaling each other about their adventures.
All right, I guess we're going to go talk to Swanna. Hi, I was wondering, do you know where Paradise is? I'm looking for it.
She looks down at you, and you can see her recognize you're kind of a new face around here. She says, "Oh, yes, it's the crossroads over to the east of town.
All right, thank you.
Just go north from there."
East and then north. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. That's what you got. You don't want to buy a drink or anything.
This is a cat on a mission.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you just
Everyone else would be like, "Oh yeah, I'll relax." Rafa's like, "The mission isn't over."
Yeah, you're a little bit fatigued from your journey, but you go to that crossroads and go north. And when you go north, you see kind of a opening to this gigantic hamlet with a lot of just different facilities and buildings around it. It looks like nothing you've ever seen before. They just look so odd with the just kind of these very dynamic structures that are just so it look very alien compared to the other buildings you've seen. But what catches your attention, besides there's a giant wheel to the left, and to the right there is a it seems like an Azumarill with a closed gate going off to another path. You see an Espeon speaking to a very familiar Charmeleon.
Oh man.
But Henry, let's go back to you. Yeah, yes, it's this kind of. Is that your reaction, Henry?
Yes!
Yes.
I'm gonna get up just real quick, guys.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's good.
You see the hat and you see the bodies.
Well. Why? I don't even know how I got that hat. But no, it's just going to kill my friends. That's what's going to happen. It's just. I was just going to ask Sora if she could assist in the Gratudia Harmonia. And maybe spar with Farron. Everything I know is dead and a lie. Oh, it's like the universe wants me to be evil. That's all I hear now. Henry grabs the hat and throws it off the mountain.
When you grab that hat, you are instantly teleported to that pocket dimension in front of that old fox. She's kind of she has one leg over another. She's sitting in this. She still has that necklace that she made out of that that stone you got from Lee, but she's looking at you with a wry smile on her face and an eyebrow raised, not saying anything.
You know what you did.
Oh, what did I do, Henry dear?
Yes, nothing. You just killed my friends!
Oh, that. You needn't worry about that. It was merely an illusion.
No, I needn't worry about seeing the traumatic vision of me witnessing my friends' dead bodies. Oh, boy!
I just thought you needed a little more motivation.
More motivation! I had enough motivation! Enough motivation to go forward with my friends on this journey to space, this journey to the moon that seems absolutely, unequivocally bonkers. But no, suddenly, somehow, oh yes, I need more motivation, sweetie. Get out.
From what I understand, you were to do a task for me, and you went back on that task after I gave you one of my miracles.
I do not want to deal with your hat shenanigans anymore!
She says to you, I'm afraid you have no choice, Henry dear. I gave you 2 chances, and you threw me away both of them. This is the 3rd. And this is when her kind of eyes narrow to you, and she pulls out her stick, and you start levitating. And she pulls you close to her. Now you listen here, you insignificant little nothing. You're going to get that branch for me. And not just that. You're going to get me that jewel Lucius wears around his neck. Do you understand?
No.
Because if you don't, I'll make that illusion a reality. And I won't stop there. Everything you know in love. You love cursing people, don't you, Henry dear? Well, you'll be a walking curse. And once you do this, I'll let you go with your little friends and you can chat. But after that, if I detect any hint of deception within you, or I feel you're not making an effort to get those items for me, I will make it a reality.
I'm sorry, I just found out that the water that's running in my goddamn home is brown. That's making me even worse. That's making it even worse. Fucking. All right. Now I understand. Now I understand why in all those universes I've seen, that, oh yes, I become evil because of you.
Because of me?
Well, yes.
Don't be ridiculous.
Do you want me to end myself then?
Oh, no,
Because
no.
I feel like that's the only way out right now. I'm put in such deep of a corner that that's all I can do. That's all I can do is just leave this mortal plane.
I don't see why you'd have to go to such drastic measures. It's just 2 items I need. The branch and the stone. That's it.
It is
no
2
more.
items that you are threatening death of everything. You are threatening death of everything I hold dear. And these 2 items are important, are instrumental to this quest. And I shall not bow to you. I shall not kowtow to you. I shall not kowtow to any other malevolent forces that are out there somehow. I am not dealing with this.
Very well, then. But if you ever need a miracle, simply put those 2 items in the hat, and I shall provide them for you. And heavens no, I wouldn't want you to end yourself, Henry dear. You are a very, very valuable asset to me.
I am nothing but an item to you, am I not?
A key.
Nothing but an item.
A key item. And as you throw back your head laughing, Henry, like that, when you kind of put your head back down, you see yourself back on that plateau, and you see Farron and Sora there, not burnt to a husk of a Pokemon. They're just kind of like looking at you laughing. And Farron says, "Are you all right, Henry?"
No!
That's where we'll cut back to Raffa's side.
Oh, man.
All right, Wyla, you've been talking to this guy for a while, and I sent you kind of the DM of what it kind of entailed. If you're not clear on anything, you can just ask me now. But that's when you see a familiar Litten kind of approach your vision.
One question, but I feel like it's after you reveal more information about what's going on, so, like, for a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah. Also, yeah, I was going to do that Sonic Link, too. Henry, you get some luck points. So roll roll a d6.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a 1.
For your defiance.
I knew it.
No.
I knew it.
Okay, we're gonna
against us.
we're gonna overwrite that. I'm gonna give you 3 instead because that's a little. See, it's for like the really good ones. It's always like, here, you just get one. I'll give you 3. All right. Anyway, what'd you need, Wyla?
Well, I don't know how much information I should reveal from what you sent me yet, since I don't know how much you're revealing, like, in this moment, or how much is going to be revealed in dialogue.
So he's kind of gone through, the steps of, he's told you about, that particular person is in danger, and, at first you're kind of hesitant, like you don't even know who this guy is, but, you remember what Raffa was kind of telling you in, the dungeon you joined her with, joined her for, getting all my words muddled. And she said 2 groups, the Chaos Guild and Abolition, are doing some nefarious things. And
did Luno go with them? Or?
Yeah, he kind of joined the party with the rest of your friends, and you kind of stayed back to because this guy approached you and started talking to you, and so maybe you wanted to get a little more information out of him or see what he was all about, and they kind of left maybe a half an hour ago. It took a little while to like kind of rally the troops and send them out while your friend was out on this expedition halfway across the Mist Continent. But yeah, that's kind of where you stand.
Is she the only one holding the fort? Like, is, Dunsparce, Kekleo, any of them there?
Dunsparce is there. Yeah, he's there. Azumarill's probably there. Vryzian's gone. Luno's gone. Molga's probably gone too. There are some there's some familiar faces. Like, would there be anyone in particular you'd be kind of want to contact here?
And like, if we needed a B team or something for pulling things off. Like, one to deal with whatever situations at hand and whatever Raffa needs, and another to go off and warn the search party or search for the search party.
There's a healthy amount of, you didn't like just get everyone to leave and find them, but there you could definitely do that if that was on your mind.
Okay.
And yeah, Raffa, you see these 2 as well.
So I'm going to assume it's Aldrich.
It's not the one it's the kind of vagabond one that was joining you and was going to kill Henry one.
Yeah, the one with the tattered clothes things.
Yeah, it's him. Kind of left you on good terms, but here he is again. Last you heard of him, he was like with Alvis on a ship going somewhere.
So Wyla's seen Raffa as well, or
yeah.
Still... Okay. I guess I kind of like just squint in the distance. Then like, is that who I think it is? Kind of, and then like, oh, Raffa, you're here too. Hurry over here.
Oh, okay. Audric, he didn't get you. That's actually really good. Did you run into Boss Kitty? Or was he unable to find you?
I assume you're talking about the one we met in the forest.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Alright, that's good, because Lucius may or may not have tipped him off that you were out there.
Well, it needn't matter if he did. What brings you here? Well,
there's a lot, actually, but that is part of it. Abolition, Boss Kitty, they work together. And we need someone to deal with both them and the Chaos Guild, since I'm not going to be around for much longer. I can only solve one problem, which is the moon and the humans on the moon. if I solve that, if me and my friends solve that, then the planet will be spared, but those two, the Abolition and the Chaos Guild, will still be a threat.
Are you talking to Wyla? Or are you talking to him?
I mean, it's not like Wyla can't hear her.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of everyone.
Yeah, just projecting.
I think Wyla's just kind of on the sidelines, like, at first kind of relief from where there's, like, still just a trickle of doubt that Charmeleon can't be trusted and that it might be a trap, and then seeing Raffa interact, okay, this is a cool guy, and then hearing that just, I'm sorry, what?
That's when he says you might want to be a little more discreet about information about like that.
Well, she kind of already knows some of it.
I didn't know that your lives were being threatened. To that degree.
Our lives have always been threatened by one of those three parties at some point or another.
Yeah, but this time you're not on your home territory. Far from it.
Well, I mean, can we call it Luno's home territory?
It gives a nervous laugh.
I mean, it's what has to be done. There's three problems, and one of those just has a high price.
Well, besides the point, what brings you to here?
Well, I wanted to visit Wyla and try to figure out an alliance of sorts against Abolition and the Chaos Guild, because the Chaos Guild is going to make their moves really soon here, and Abolition is Abolition, trying to kill humans. And we've got to put a stop to both of those things, or at least try to. And that's why I'm here, is I wanted to figure these things out. I've alerted the Expedition Society on the water continent, but I think we're going to need a lot more to deal with Harmony Scarves, from what I understand from Mawile.
Wait,
they are no joke.
What about Harmony Scarves?
The Chaos Guild created about 5 or 6 of them and are using them to help fuel their individual plans.
How did they do that?
From what I understand, their leader went to Niflheim, so I'm guessing on the way out he managed to get some branches or snippets from the Tree of Life and made Harmony Scarves from them, and used us to activate them somehow when we went through Niflheim, because they put us up to it. That was roughly about when you left us, was when we went to Niflheim. And then Wyla was there when, very shortly after they activated the Harmony Scarves, and she got to see one in full power, or maybe even half power. We're not really sure.
Well, I don't know about that, but it sounds impossible. The Harmony Scarves can't be used for. They're connected to the Tree of Life. It's the Tree of Life's will that gives them power. I can't see anything nefarious being used for them.
I'm sure that they did something. It might have been the Niflheim energy. Maybe Yveltal and Xerneas' powers could cancel it out if they did something along those lines.
But
either way, it was definitely used for nefarious means, because we fought one of them and it was hardly even close. What he was able to do with it was almost insurmountable.
Perhaps I must look into that as well. But as for he kind of whispers abolition. I've been making strides to warn others that they might be targeting about their true motives, as I've done here by talking with her.
That's good, because we knew that they knew a human, and I wanted to help check that as well.
But perhaps you you should take things from here if you are, well, here. I should probably be off then.
Are you going to visit more humans, or are you going...
You might want to be quiet about certain things, as said before.
I mean, we're in paradise. They all know one.
That's not what I'm
Right.
saying.
They all know. They all know that one of them is a human, right, Wyla?
A lot of them do, Isla, but they're like, you don't go around advertising that, so just kind of your close friends know about that.
Was here in Post Town, in Paradise, yes.
All right. Well, you're right. We don't want to draw unwanted attention.
Yes, that's my point. But if you were taking on the task I was going to do, there's no point of me dwelling here.
I guess so. I mean, more hands make lighter work, and I don't have any hands.
That's what I'm saying. I could go somewhere else.
I hope you know you have all of Paradise backing you. I'm sure everyone feels the same as I do.
Yes. It's just, I do what I can.
Yeah.
By the way, Raffa, is Henry still all right? Actually, perhaps I shouldn't know that. Let's just leave his...
Well, for now...
This is when we, like, cut to Henry, like, screaming. Yeah, let's go back to Henry. That's like the perfect cut there. How is Henry? He's, like, laughing like a maniac.
Oh, man.
Are you okay, Henry?
No!
That's when they kind of look at each other. What's so funny, pal?
Oh, no, nothing's funny. No, listen, Farron. We've been friends for a while. I can tell you this. There is a crazed Delphox trying to get me on the side of evil.
Oh, I've heard this one. Like, okay, and then what happened next?
Oh, well, I don't know. It's happening right now. See this hat?
Yeah?
This hat houses some sort of magical pocket dimension. I am not making this up. It's weird.
I thought you'd, like, pull a few pedovs out of the hat or end on some punchline.
This is not a street performance. This is not a street performance.
That's when Sora kind of pipes up and says, "Are you all right, Henry?"
With the long, arduous journey, I'm not sure if I am okay. And I don't feel like I need to be okay in this sort of situation, because someone who is okay would probably break at this point.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, you sure took a hell of a time getting here.
It took me a while getting here, mostly because our ship crashed.
Oh. Well, I didn't know you could swim.
Oh yeah, I didn't think I could either.
Does your body have buoyancy? Did you just float here? How'd you get here?
It was a boat, safety boat. We then went on a large, fantastic journey where where I almost died multiple times. I met three, later four. Later four ongoing adventures on my journey towards the water continent. I've met multiple mythical Pokemon and have been traumatized beyond all reason.
Well, that's kind of where they like go wide-eyed again, like similar to when you're just like laughing like a maniac. Well, we've just been training up here. You know, I was breaking rocks, and Sora over there is singing a little heart app. Right, Sora? And then she's kind of like demurely like nodding. You know, it's like an auditorium, right? You know, the echoes, reverbs. Hello! 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 It's great. I love that crap.
It's probably way too cold. Marsha, how do you feel about this?
It was kind of boring till you arrived. You know, yeah, you sure bring the motivation, Henry.
I have learned many a dark magical technique as I have gone forward, and I heavily regret it at this point. Like, here's the thing. I have the ability to put a myriad of different horrifying illusions into people's heads, due to me merely doing an open hand strike and thinking about something that slightly annoys me.
Oh, well, I learned how to break a rock. Watch.
Oh, you know that martial arts training the two of us did?
Oh, yeah. How could I forget it? What'd you call it?
I found a way to harness my ki into a large ball of electricity and cause a massive explosion.
Oh, show me.
All right.
You might want to aim it over there.
Yeah.
We might want to step back. You know, avalanches, and don't want to be responsible for one. You know, maybe.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can. Well, yeah, you're over there. All right.
Let's I guess it just breaks. It's an object, right? So it doesn't even make the saving throw.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even write in the roll.
All right, yeah, you point your fingers at this kind of rock boulder, and it just shatters with that like very ASMR-y crumbling sound. Holy crap! He kind of like looks at this Magby, looks at his fists, and looks at this rock with like a crack he made in it. I'll get there someday.
Yes. You need to just You need to find a way to harness your ki, and I know it's hard. I know my father has done it. I'm aware of that.
That's when Sora kind of pipes up and the smoochum, and she says, "Do you, do you plan on using it for in one of the stage shows, Henry?"
Oh, that's far too destructive.
Well, we can maybe just use it on a prop. Yeah. Yeah, I can use it on a prop. That's when we'll cut back to Paradise.
I'm like, oh man, I have to remember what we were doing.
Audric
Right,
just asked you if Henry was all right.
Last I saw, he was all right.
But then he cuts you off and says, "Actually, maybe I should just not know."
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just cut back to them. I'll go back to you soon.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to know?
Well, weren't you paying attention to the last time we met?
I mean, I don't think Henry's human.
No. Let's just leave it at that, Raffa. I should probably go now. Tell Wyla and the rest of them as much as you can tell them.
Okay.
But keep in mind, if your next destination is truly up there, that's apparently where it happens.
I know. But we do have a plan.
Okay, well, I'll trust you on that. It was nice seeing you again.
Good luck, Audric. You know you won't be seeing me again.
Why would that be?
There's no way back.
But you do come back.
I mean, unless you know a way back that I don't.
All I know is you did indeed come back before it happened.
Did I come back or did they come back?
Well, you weren't with them but they came back.
Exactly. I don't... As far as we know, there's no way back. If there is some way back, maybe we find it on the moon, but... Just in case.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Just nothing's impossible. You could find a way.
Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled for a mystery dungeon.
He kind of nods at you, and you see him walk away from Paradise, leaving you with Wyla.
All this while they're talking about that, Wyla, even though she doesn't know what's going on, is scrambling to find some solution in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I lost my train of thought. Like, if it's travel that's the issue, maybe I could let you borrow the inner cards. Or maybe you could get your hands on a teleport gem. There has to be something we can do.
I don't think anything would reach that far out.
Well, better have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right?
That's true. I mean, if there is a mystery dungeon up there, an enter card might work. Although none of us know how to work the things.
Maybe I could guide you through a crash course?
Maybe, but it's probably more important for us to work on dealing with the Chaos Guild and Abolition, or, those guys. Because they're going to exist whether or not I and the rest of us make it back. And if I have to go, I would like the world to remain standing even afterwards.
That doesn't mean you can just give up on your own safety either. There are
Oh,
people
I
who
mean,
care about you.
we have at least a couple weeks before we starve to death. We might find something, maybe. I mean, I can't say I'm an expert on things on the moon.
Well, I'm still going to slip some inner cards into your belongings, whether you like it or not.
Okay. I mean, maybe they'll do something for us, but otherwise we should try to figure something out. So you're here by yourself. Is everyone else looking for something?
Not everyone. Lucas went with a few others to... not Lucas. Luno went with a few others to search for Lucas. But I'm here. Dunsparce and a few other of our team members have remained in paradise.
Okay. Well, you should be able to get ahead of those guys. Now, the hard one is going to be the Chaos Guild, given the fact that they use something akin to enter cards. They can travel between mystery dungeons. They could, in theory, attack anywhere they wanted to. I'd also have to list out each of their we need paper. We need to sit down.
You know the best
Actually
place.
need paper or...
No, you don't. You don't. You probably know the best. You could just say you have your.
Oh, she's got a notebook, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, you have a notebook. Yeah.
Yeah, like she just pulls that out because it's glued to her hip.
Okay. So there's a few members. There's, I guess, 6 technically. So their leader is Narthalepatep. I don't know how you spell that. He's a Sneasel. Sometimes he goes by a different name. It's like, I can't remember it right now. That's actually really unfortunate. But we know the least about his goal. All he said is he wanted to make it so heroes were no longer necessary. Something along those lines, as if, like, it could be good or it could be bad. It could be everyone dies and we don't need heroes anymore, or he tries to solve all the world's problems and we don't need heroes anymore. I don't know which. Honestly, sounds like somewhere in the middle.
Well, you need to doubt anybody who makes that kind of claim. Their idea of right and wrong isn't exactly everyone else's.
Right. And what we also know is that he lost a human companion, and they were supposedly a hero or something like that, and that's why he's doing this. That's about all we really know. It was probably the reason he went to Niflheim, was to look for them. But because they're not from this planet, he never met them there.
They met in the dungeon, right?
Yes, this is sounding very familiar to that Sneasel fellow you met in the dungeon with them.
Yeah, he was the one that talked to Discord.
think like his memories are bubbling back, thinking about how easily that guy got yeeted by that dude.
He could have done. I'm sure he could have done more than he was letting on, because he also has Harmony Scarf. And I guess the next member we would go to logically is Discord. You already know him. From what we understand, he wants survival of the fittest. He wants essentially to have all of the weak Pokemon die in his eyes. So whether that means he's going to kill everything but himself in a huge battle royale, or he wants things to be able to break a rock with their toes, or he kills them, we're not entirely sure.
If their goals far from align so much, why are they working together?
Well, I don't know. We asked them several times, and they said that their skills were useful into obtaining what they needed, and now that they have the Harmony Scarves, they basically got to deal with each other, which the next one on the list is probably going to be fighting Discord directly. His name is Entropy. He's a Salandit, and his goal is the polar opposite. His is that only the weak should survive. He wants to remove any semblance of strength from the equation of life.
You're way too privileged. Check it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, he even said that someone that grew up in a mining town with nothing to their name, shunned and hated by all the people in the town, was very privileged. So I have no idea who under his definition would survive. But he has a knack for toxins, for sure. And let's see. So those are 3. The next 2 are Erebus and Nyx. They work together. They have been in connection with their Meowstick. They've been in connection for so long that they basically became one person. It's kind of creepy. You know how psychic types can kind of do that. So they willingly did that to themselves, and they want to destroy all rescue teams and the like, which makes Paradise a possible target for them, as well as the Expedition Society. They kind of want the world to become like a mystery dungeon afterwards, which your guess is as good as mine on what that is.
It's like they just desire complete chaos.
Yeah, they were the first ones that we met, and they are strange to say the least. They survived something called the Cragstone Blaze that happened in the Grass Continent. There was a fire, and when it was small, their pay wasn't enough, so expedition teams didn't do anything about it until the pay was really high, when the fire was so big that the town was engulfed and a lot of Pokemon lost their lives in there. They survived, and they've held a vendetta ever since. So that's what we know about the 2 of them. Considering that there's 2 of them, that means there's 2 Harmony Scarves and 1 attack, so they might be the most dangerous of all to deal with. And let's see, the next member is Ataxia. I feel like she's the least of our concerns. She just wants revenge on someone who's seemingly killed her whole family and profited off of it. They staged it as an accident. She wants revenge. That's her whole thing. Of them all, she has been the most agreeable and has actually helped us a few times. So I'm not sure what she'll do after she's done the deed. The rest of them, the deed's gonna end the world, but with her, I don't know. I don't even think she knows what she wants to do afterwards.
Possibly you can convert her to an ally then.
It is possible, but I don't know if she wants us to go. I mean, she has no care for the others in the Chaos Guild, but at the same time, I don't know if they like sign an agreement or something. Well, no, there's no way they fight each other. I'm not sure if she'll go against them or not. Is my main point.
Surely she's smart enough to know that if the world burns, she'll burn with it.
Yeah, but she might be okay with that. Is the thing. The possibility exists for her to back down, though. That's the important part. She's pretty young. Like what, 16?
She's 15. She's like Rain's age.
Yeah, I was like 15, 16 was what I was thinking of. And
sounds like she has her whole life ahead of her.
She does, but I guess she doesn't see a life worth living without her friends. Audric knew someone like that too. Although, well, that had its own kind of extremes. That's a closed case. We don't need to worry about that.
Gonna cut back to the mountain with Henry. You there, Henry? Yeah.
I'm here.
All right. So you're just talking about using it on the stage with a prop.
I mean, again, it's rather. I could make a sort of facsimile of it, using my existing magics as well.
Oh yeah, we can do anything. That's why we're here, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah, we're training.
training.
But back on the subject of this fox dame inside of your hat, Henry. What do you plan to do about that?
I have no idea. The hat keeps following me, no matter what I do.
Well, what does she want?
Well, she wants to take two very important items that we have to use on the moon and keep them all to herself.
And in exchange, what does she do?
It's very vague. She said she'll perform miracles.
Yeah, you're right. That is pretty vague. But you're not curious as to what she means by that? I mean, a miracle sounds good.
I mean, yes, it sounds good. It may sound good. But the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's the thing.
Well, still, what are you gonna do?
Just not use the hat, I guess.
Yeah, screw her. She's really giving you trouble. Just ignore her.
Yeah. I've been trying. She recently generated an illusion of you two burnt to death.
Well, if she could actually hurt us, why hasn't she done that? Yeah, why'd she use an illusion?
Why an illusion? Well, I have no idea. would assume it would be some sort of way to manipulate me.
Maybe she has less power than she's letting on.
Maybe.
Yeah, because if all she's doing is just bringing the hat back, it's... Like, okay, yeah, that's a pretty traumatic thing, seeing your friend burn to a crisp. I mean, I'm a fire type, and, that's, it'd take a lot of fire to do that, but...
I mean, she is a Delphox. I would assume that she'd have quite a lot of power.
By the by, is that, tarts I smell?
Ah, yes. I bought some cherry berry tarts on the way here.
Could you pass one my way?
Yeah, here you go. One for you, one for Marsha.
Oh, thank you, Henry. That's when he pops one in his. He pops it in his mouth right away, and he's like, See, the biggest misconception about fire Pokemon is we can take spicy food, but did you get some boo boo milk too? Because it's not actually fire. It's actually a reaction on your tongue.
I don't think I did. Oh my. Oh my lord.
Oh, Henry, you idiot.
Yeah.
That's when you see Sora about to take a bite, but then
yeah, just no.
Yeah. So he's kind of speaking to you with his tongue hanging out now. So you don't know what you're gonna do from here? You said you're going to the moon. That's I caught that.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to go to the moon, and we need a large amount. Oh, I mean a massive amount of singers to sing this Gritudia Harmonia, I believe is what it's called. This song that requires a minimum of 24 Pokemon for it to work.
Oh, yeah, the Thor can help you out then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know that one.
Well, I am pretty sure that I could get you in contact with Nocturne or interestingly, a shaman I know. His name is Sora.
Oh, what a coincidence!
Yes, rather coincidental. So I thought that you could join in, maybe bring your idle friends with you. I don't know.
Well, sure, I'd love to help. Learning a new song is actually could help my repertoire.
That's great.
And you said your friends are back in are back down the mountain.
Well, currently they're in the grass continent. They took a Lapras there, but the Expedition Society can guide you in the right direction.
Well, sure, we'll do that. I'd like to maybe have you stick around for a little bit more training, though.
Yeah, let's go!
Yeah. It's been a while since the three of us were together. I don't want you, going to the moon and dying up there or something. I'm just kidding, Henry, man. Yeah, no, the...
I mean, it is the moon. We probably might.
Well, that's an adventure for you. I didn't ever expect you to go on one though. I leave that to the bigwigs to do that. And you're just a performer.
I thought you'd be the one going on this adventure, honestly.
Exactly. Could they use another set of hands up there?
Strangely enough, no. I think we already have a monk in our party.
Oh, well. Okay.
We
Well,
already have another fire type as well. She's an adventurer as well. Oh, she's a bit of an archaeologist. Her name's Raffa. She's a Litten.
oh.
And no, I will not. And no, I do not have any sort of contact information for you to give to you.
Oh, was it? Well, there's plenty more gold in the sea.
He starts like licking a rock.
Yeah, looking around.
Oh.
Hey, ghost on the thing.
This is really hot.
Yes, very much so.
Well, if you really are going up there, Henry, I'll be glad to help you out in whatever way I can. If that means singing, then well, I'll sing for you.
Well, I just hope your mother doesn't find out.
Well, she won't. We've been here for like 2 months. Or she's not speaking with a lisp. But yeah, we've been here for 2 months.
Ah, that's good. That's great.
It really is good to see you again, Henry.
Yeah.
What's with the silence? Usually you have something to say to break it. Something wrong?
I've been thinking about all of this stuff, and it's just dawned on me that, yeah, I could die. I thought that all those times I almost died, that I would become numb to it, but no.
That's when Sora starts laughing. Don't be ridiculous, Henry. You're way too stubborn to die.
Too stubborn to die.
If you're brave enough to oppose some trans-dimensional Delphox, you can beat the Grim Reaper.
I will not let anyone seduce me with my love of long legs again.
That's
Unless there's no ulterior motive in that case. But still.
You have our support, though. Just take us where we need to go. And the nearest tavern for some milk.
It's a good thing I know. It's a good thing I know a place where we can get some milk. All right, let's go.
Yes. Let's hold off the training. We're going. That's when you see tears running down his eye. You think he was just moved by your speech for a second, but then you realize
no, it's just the capsaicin.
Yeah.
For some reason, cherries in this world have capsaicin.
Well, we'll head back to paradise now. You just finished. We finished your rundown on the Chaos Guild there, Raffa.
His name's Lando.
Yeah.
I figured it out. His name's Lando. That's the name of Nartholepotep.
It's a good thing they wrote all this down because ain't no way I was gonna remember that info dump.
So I guess if I were to guess, other than Discord, the first ones to act would be Erebus and Nyx, and I suspect that they would go for the Grass Continent first. That's where their vengeance is strongest, and so I imagine that they're going to start attacking teams out there. We do know some guys over there, Team Shadow or something like that. That's you remember the mean foo that punched people, right?
Sure do.
Yeah, he's part of that team. So he's over there, and he might be able to help out with this since he also knows most of this stuff anyway. So if you could stay in contact with him, he would probably be able to let you know if Erebus and Nyx show up in the Grass Continent first. I suspect they will. The Exploration Team Federation, they have a long name. Why do they have such a long name? Anyway, the feds might want to have a little foresight into this. If a team goes missing out of the blue, they might want to act sooner than they might normally.
Mission's going well over there then?
I mean, we haven't heard the guild doing anything for now. It's possible that Lando or Nartholepotep, he doesn't care what you call him, that guy might be holding them back, as you saw him do with Discord. They might be waiting until after we're gone.
I'll do my best to warn everyone over on this side.
Yeah, that's definitely good to know. It's really hard being an archaeologist and having so many things you want to say and then suddenly having more than half of them be taboo to say at all.
Taboo?
Yeah, like I can't say them. Like my entire life I've been trying to find out things that people thought they couldn't say, and apparently now I can't. I don't know what to do about that, but I won't have to worry about it much longer, right?
I get that information can sometimes feel dangerous, but often it's better to reveal the truth than not. At least to prepare others in the future if anything like this ever happens again.
That's true, but if the information gets too widespread, it'll make this happen again.
Well, people who are evil like that will find a way, whether good people like it or not, so I think it would be better to keep the good people prepared, wouldn't it?
That's true. Yeah, so this boss kitty guy, from what we know, just wants to kill all the humans, and he's pretty much the assassin for abolition. If you're going to see someone, he's probably the one. We've ran into him 4 times, and I've personally seen 2 executions.
By chance, if any of the legendaries are getting involved, I imagine she's like flashing back to that's bad. I forgot his name.
Jerome.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
This MO sounds exactly like that. In fact,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I don't think any legendary Pokemon have done anything about this. I mean, I think that Arceus might be helping us, perhaps, because of reasons that everyone wants me not to share with people.
About that, by the way, like how widespread are the adventures of the different teams?
Like from the games.
Yeah.
You pretty much don't know, not quite aware of the other ones except for yours. In fact, you kind of thought like yours was the only one, really.
Would Raffa know then?
Yeah, Rafa probably does know.
Okay, then I guess I don't know how to word. I'm trying to find a way to recap that. Well, based on my own experience, there was a case where one legendary, Curum, targeted humans specifically as well.
Well, we might be working with them too then.
Do an intelligence check, Rafa.
Oh man, can I do a history?
It's not really history. It's more of just your memory. So just intelligence.
Oh man. History is my strong suit. Discord, please. I press control instead of shift. Turns out that's the hotkey, apparently.
Discord, I'm
19!
You remember when you were kind of inhabiting Rain's body, learning that abolition was kind of an offshoot of kind of Muna's group that was involved here. And that's kind of how they secretly formed, where they went around just eliminating humans who had the body of Pokemon.
So
what?
if I recall,
what Wyla brings up here is like, oh, it's that.
so that's how they formed, was through Kirum's influence. I don't think he's part of it now. They seem to be almost independent, and then they just picked up Boss Kitty somewhere on the way.
Close with everyone in that group. Perhaps she might know something. Is Muna there, by the way, or is she gone?
She is there.
Okay. How do we summon Muna?
Time to go talk to Muna.
Yeah. So, welcome to the part where I wasn't expecting. Let's go.
Did I break something?
No, you're okay.
No, this is how D&D works. You always break the GM's plans. It's what we do. All right. I guess you know where Muna is. Where's Muna?
Last time you checked, she's like she's in paradise. Maybe she's like at the fishing pond.
Man, for a psychic type, I feel clueless.
Don't worry, it's a psychic type against another psychic type.
Yeah. So I guess we just skippity-doo on over there?
Yeah, if you're gonna take
Yeah.
Rafa to her, yeah, we'll go. You see her with a oh man, you see her with a Roggenrola, and they're trying to, seems like, fish something out of this pond facility.
Muna.
She says to you, yes.
I imagine she could probably, like, read the expression as, like, really serious.
Yeah,
And
she
then,
see.
like, could you give us a moment? We could really use your help. This is my friend Raffa. She helped me find my brother on one of our adventures.
Pleased to meet you, Raffa.
Hey, nice to meet you too. I mean, you don't call this place paradise for nothing, am I right?
She smiles.
Yes, it was very gracious of Wyla and her friends to invite me here.
Like the Mist Continent has very interesting architecture. I could probably I wish I had more time to study it, honestly. Like who like I don't know if you've seen No Town, but they like have this thing with boxes. I want to find the art. Oh wait, am I getting distracted?
I believe she said you had something important to tell me.
Oh, right. So have you heard of a Pokemon group called Abolition?
She says her expression kind of falls a bit, and she said, yes, I have.
So you know what they're doing, I assume, judging your expression.
I didn't expect them to do anything, really. I've been so far divided from them since I've joined Paradise. But yes,
Right.
to answer your question, yes, I know what they're doing.
So we're trying to figure out how to stop them, more or less. I've heard of another event they caused.
You mean that I caused?
Like, why am I forgetting my own name?
Wyla.
Yeah, Wyla is like trying to comfort Muna, maybe like brushing her tail up against her, like kind of a pat.
Yeah. But I've tried to put the past behind me. But opposing them is no easy feat. Don't you think I would have tried already?
Well, that's why I'm asking you. I don't know.
Any information you could give us, Muna, would be a blessing, please.
There were some Pokemon within our ranks that were keen on continuing with the task of removing those individuals from our world. And to my regret, we did nothing about it, thinking they would amount to nothing. And they eventually grew and grew into the guise of a philanthropist group that, using the guise of abolition to get rid of the world's woes, well, they classify those woes as the individuals we hunted down in the past. So you see, opposing them is out of the question. They have way too much influence. No one would believe us.
But they might believe a combined effort from the expedition teams of the world.
If you could rally several Pokemon, maybe, just maybe, we could make a dent in them.
Currently, I've found 3. There's a group called Team Shadow, the Expedition Society, and Paradise.
Well, with the combined efforts of Paradise and the Expedition Society, perhaps we could do something. But still, it's a long shot. Abolition has quite the reputation. A lot of Pokemon are indebted to them. They give their money to less fortunate. I mean, outside of those acts, they're the perfect the perfect organization.
Wow. I if I could share what I saw through telepathy or something, that would definitely help, but that's not going to be an option. But there still might be ways. I mean, after all, the Chaos Guild itself sussed them out.
I'm not aware what the Chaos Guild is.
Yeah, don't worry about it. They're just a group of Pokemon. They sussed them out, and then after my friend found out through them, Abolition removed him so the knowledge would stay secret.
Well, the best advice I could give, besides rallying a bunch of other organizations against them, is, well, catch them in the act.
That's super risky.
Well, on the bright side, if it's a bunch of top teams, then at least we have their reputation on our side.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to set a trap for them, because if it goes wrong, well, you'd have concrete evidence, I suppose, but not be too great a cost. But you've given us some things to think about, Muna, so thank you.
Yes. It's wounds I don't like reopen, but if anything could stop them, well, it's my pleasure helping you.
Yeah, that's what I've basically become, someone who tries to keep bad things from happening. This is the part where Raffa's like, how did I even get here?
So when you have one of those, like, 1,000-yard stares.
Get down!
Questioning your life choices yet, Raffa?
Yeah, Rafa's already doing that now. This is you could probably tell Rafa is now not distant, and not like distant when she's distracted with architecture or something.
We'll switch back to Henry, and then this is probably going to be both your last time, so if you want to close it out here. Henry, you go down to the back down to Lively Town proper. Maybe Farron is like speed walking and straight out running, so he can get some moo moo milk. But you eventually all wind up in the Kangaskhan Cafe, where he gets a round of milks, just kind of going his way like a revolving door, and they continue the conversation and say, so this isn't going to be the last time we see you, Henry.
Well, I hope so.
No, you don't hope so. You know so. Try to be a little more confident than that, man. You know, the people on the audience don't like a Debbie Downer walking on stage and just getting egg all over his face.
That is true.
Need the Henry Spark.
Yeah, you could, your attitude's a little, boisterous, but, I mean, it's needed for, a bunch of sticks in the mud. When you're worrying about foxes inside of hats and looking so down, it's just not like you.
Yeah, that is true. It's not how I usually act. And, you know, back when I didn't think I would do such grand things as the characters I had used to play, but I guess now's the time to stop acting.
Be a method actor.
Yes, it's time to harass the crew.
That's when they both start laughing. It's like, hey, Kangaskhan, can I have another round of milks this way? And she kind of rolls her eyes with the like 10 dozen cups of empty milk that Farron cleansed his tart ailment with. And he said, "Okay, let's make a deal. We're gonna be back here, and you're gonna make the grandest story of them all out of this adventure."
Yes.
And that's when you all clink your milk together down it. That's when probably Sora's probably actually eaten her tart now that there's milk nearby.
Yup.
Yeah. So she's kind of too, but you got that there. So come on, lighten up. And even if this is the last time we're gonna see you, I don't want to see it so mopey.
Yeah. Need a good picture for the funeral.
Exactly. And then Sora kind of puts her hand on your forearm and says, "But you will come back."
Yes, I will come back.
Promise me.
I promise.
Why do you have to do that sappy stuff? Of course he's coming back.
I promised the boy, and I'm promising you, Sora.
She smiles and
We
nods.
will. I will find a way. I will find a way to get the people necessary to sing the Gratudia Harmonia. As a bard, I feel it is my duty to do so.
Couldn't you learn this song too?
I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked the boy about it. He didn't really say anything. He was more concerned about the number of people, so we could learn it together before I go to the moon.
Yeah, if we can, well, since we've kind of put the kibosh on the training in the mountain, we could do it that way.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a singer, but I can cheer you on or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're not in a rush. The others are on a completely different continent. It's not like Mawile would be waiting, It's not like Morwile would be waiting impatiently.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they're off doing something on another continent, I mean, we got lots of time.
Yeah.
And I guess unless you have something else you want to say, I can expedite this by saying, oh,
I don't have anything else to say.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. You spend the rest of your kind of vacation with your friends, enjoying, regaling them with the maybe the at least the good times you had on your adventure, and maybe even the bad ones. And
Strangely enough, I saved the ship by making a tall creature make his hand smell like ribs. It was unusual.
based on a true story.
Yes.
You make some like new memories too, as maybe you went to that restaurant you always wanted to go to but never had the time for. As well as you maybe bring your friends to the Expedition Society, because like you said, it's she's not like waiting there impatiently, so you could bring them there, and Sora teaches Sora and you this song, and because I guess like the more people that know it is actually pretty helpful, and he's like, oh yeah, that's a good point, we should teach you it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you have a good time being reunited with your posse, and being able to kind of be on stage with them if this is your last time.
Yes, my old slice of life posse.
Yeah.
The old slice of life posse before essentially he was in a slice of life before he got thrown into a battle shonen.
Exactly.
Ah!
And then we'll go to Raffa, and you can try and close this out however you want.
Yeah.
If they're kind of just walking out, can Wyla go ahead and grab those enter cards for Raffa?
Yeah, you could give it to Raffa.
Okay.
Give
Yeah,
them.
I mean, Rafa will be here for like a few days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to forget to like.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of going on. Maybe you want to get those before you forget.
Yeah.
You know, I was never meant to do this. Like, the voice of death was looking for someone else to do this when I got there. Or, I'm not the voice. Did I say the voice of life or voice of death? I meant voice of death. If I said the other one. The other one doesn't exist. But Audra kind of knows the future a little bit, and I'm not there most of the time, actually. And I die some of the other time. I mean, I'm prepared to die, it's just I was never meant to save the world. They were, but I wasn't chosen by the voice of death. I just essentially took the torch and ran.
Well, hey, don't go giving up before the fight's even begun. I mean it.
I mean, I'm gonna go down punching. It's just I don't know. It's just strange to be the not chosen one. I've read about all kinds of different stories or the history of the 18 nations and all these things, and they had chosen heroes blessed by legendaries. I mean, I guess I am, but I was the convenient choice of the time. I wasn't intended. They didn't seek me out like everyone else.
Would heroes be without the people to support them?
I mean, that's true. I guess. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being facetious about this.
You're scared?
Okay, maybe I'm scared.
It's okay. You know, the world has fallen into chaos before, and I doubt it'll be the last time. I especially didn't expect this twice in my lifetime. But I think everything's going to be okay.
I mean, if we're counting on fingers, it's probably gonna be like 4 or 5. Because we had Yveltal, we had whatever you had, we have this moon thing, we have the Chaos Guild thing, and then we have the Vigilantes. It's a lot of things to save the world from. But, I mean, I'm doing what I can. I hope it's enough.
I'm sure it will be.
Because once the moon happens, everything I did to prepare is over. Although, it wouldn't hurt to at least learn about these cards, the enter cards, the exit cards. I mean, you can leave places with them too, right? Like, why are we calling them enter cards if you can exit with them too? Or do we call them like threshold cards? Because they let you go through thresholds?
So where you're working on the branding of your card.
Look, Luno came up with a name, all right?
Yeah.
The blame on him.
Oh no. I mean, unfortunately, I won't be able to talk to him about that, but I mean, we gotta have, that's a little bit of false advertising.
I'll give him your critique.
Yeah, but before I go, there is, I mean, one last thing I want to do, if it's possible. I've heard that there's these magic flowers that repeat what they hear or something like that.
I think I have one of those. Where are they, by the way? So is she just pulling this stuff out of teleportation?
You probably have a dwelling in Post Town somewhere where you've kind of settled, and you'd probably have to take a stop by your house, and you've probably picked up a few of these things with your 2 adventures to that place. So, yeah.
Is she just like, are they already there? Because like she's given him the enter card, so I imagine she didn't have them on hand at the time.
Yeah, you probably went to your place and got them. So you could probably pull those out for Raffa as well.
Okay, yeah, she's rummaging through and then just kind of throwing junk on the floor.
What you
Clean
like
it up later.
protractors and all these dungeon exploring apparatuses.
Extra bags of gummies.
Yeah, imported fresh from like the grass continent. Yeah, you eventually find them, and you get this kind of ice flower, like this crystallized flower, Raffa.
All right, and then a dictionary. There's someone I want to leave a present for. Well, all of us. One of the members of our team, she's probably gonna miss us a lot, the Meletta. But she really likes words, so I thought we could give her a gift to when we're gone. I think she'd like it.
Suda, give him her.
Just go get a dictionary from, I don't know, one of the random shops.
Probably find one of those like book donation things that are just kind of sitting there. You just take a dictionary out of there.
Yeah, something like that.
I can't think of a Webster pun. So yeah, you can get a dictionary. You can. It's not like this rare book that you can't find anywhere.
Yeah, so with the Prism and the dictionary, I'm gonna between sessions I'll have to go get the dudes and we'll record messages for Nocturne with our favorite words. That's the plan for this.
Oh, okay.
So spoiler alert. And then I guess Raffa spends the rest of her days trying to learn the Inta cards with Wyla, and then continuing to make battle plans against Abolition and the Chaos Guild with her.
Okay.
And then I'm sure at the end Wyla throws a party or something because Raffa's too serious.
To just support him as much as she can, because she doesn't still understand 100% what's going on. But...
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they're doing. But okay, so you're being taught this, so I'm going to you'll definitely get it down, like how to use these enter cards. But I'm gonna have you make an Arcana check to see how like how much time you have to spend to put it to work. Like,
right.
This will if you could just do it, just popping them out, but you know, instead of just kind of looking at them for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
They're both kind of on the smarter end with a higher intelligence. Or...
Yeah.
Raffa's intelligence is not as amazing as you would think.
Yeah.
Arcana and religion are her 2 weak points.
So yeah, you can use them. You got the basics down. You being completely, ignorant to how these things work before you have a basic understanding. You think you could pull it off given some time, but you don't think you could just whip them out and go away like Wyla and Luno did in that dungeon. Yeah. I think that's where we'll end. And we did 2 hours! Yes, it did! All right.
I had so many plans. I was like, I can keep going forever.
Yeah. All right. That is our season finale. It's the end game when we come back in January. And I'd say there's probably 4 or 5 episodes till we're just done. It's over. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you again for coming to play Wyla. Yeah, Fire Ally specifically suggested.
I was like, who's Raffa gonna hang out with? Wyla. The crazy cats are meant to hang out one last time.
Yeah, thanks for providing the character for this character again once again.
Yeah, it was really fun, but at the same time, I just feel completely clueless.
Yeah, as you should. Every time we bring on a guest, it's always wait, what happened?
For the most part, I'm just hoping I help.
Yeah, nodding and smiling.
Yeah.
I'd be probably doing that in real life if this person was telling me all this. Calling the local asylum.
I was messaging Fire Alley while he's explaining everything. I'm humming the villagers in Minecraft.
Yeah, we'll see you again after the new year. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.